objectives in boosting school enrollment, in boosting economic empowerment, and boosting nutrition for the pupils that are targeted. That is going to be our focus this morning on the platform. And our guest is the Abia State Focal Person, Social Investment Program, Chineye Onwogo. It's good to have you join us in the studio this morning. Good morning to you.
Thank you. Good morning, Abians. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you very much. It's a lot. I think I should begin with your portfolio. What is your portfolio now that you're the one handling the school feeding program in Abia State?
No, the school feeding program, in Abia, is of twofold. First, before the federal government launched the school feeding program, Abia had already started the Abia free meal lunch program for pupils in private public schools. So when the federal government launched the homegrown school feeding program, which was a bit more robust, because we already had a template we developed, so it was easy for us to just latch on that. So homegrown school feeding program is one program. There's an Empower, Jeeps, cash transfer. All that are under the social investment, of which I'm a special advisor to the governor on social investment and intergovernmental affairs. And then, of course, every state is expected to nominate a focal person for social investment program, so which automatically occupy that position.
So can you tell us how the school feeding program runs in Abia State? Okay,
like I said earlier, the wife of Governor of Abia in 2015 launched a school feeding program to provide one free meal for pupils of public primary school. So when the federal government began the program for school feeding, which their target scope was primary 1 to 3, we thought it wise in Abia, like the governor explained, it would appear somehow to have 1 to 3 fed and the other 4 to 6 have been deprived. So we now expanded the program. So we always tell people, Abia is the only state in all the 36 states of the Federation that is feeding from primary 1 to 6. Okay, so recently we just reopened school and we were able to doing some administrative in-house reviews, and so it looked like the program had slowed down, but we are announcing formally we are going to start feeding on Monday.
Feeding will
all the public primary schools in Abia State. We have over 4,000 cooks employed under this program. Rural women who hitherto had no jobs. So from Monday, we encourage parents, we encourage community leaders, we encourage traditional rulers, we encourage every well-meaning citizen of Abia to look out in the primary school within your locality to be sure that the cook is providing meal. It is one meal per day for every child in all our public primary schools from primaries 1 to 6. We have funded the cooks over 400 million naira, both from the federal government and the state government combined, has gone to all the cooks under this program. Each of them had, as of yesterday, received alerts into their banks, so there is no reason why we will not have meals served our children from Monday going forward. So we want the public to participate in this program. We want the public to monitor this program. We want the public to go around. We have helplines. Is already in the public space. We want them to call. Many people have my number. They have the program manager, Emeka Ahurunye, who sits. We have a program office in the office of the wife of governor. We want to get reports, of what is happening in our schools, because this program, has really, really impacted positively.
But before we go straight into the impact the program has been able to achieve, I want you to reveal those parameters again. Over 4,000 cooks employed.
Yes.
And it will be starting on Monday, like you said earlier. is it that you selected some public primary schools to participate?
All public primary schools.
All public primary schools in Abia State will be participating.
All of them, in all the local government areas.
Okay. So let's quickly, I want to take you on the kind of food. What kind of classes of foods that you prepare? Probably is it protein or carbohydrates? Or
it's a balanced meal. We have a menu that was approved by the Nutrition Society of Nigeria.
Okay.
It's a balanced meal that contains all the necessary nutrients. A child needs to have a well balanced development, and they will serve different meals for on different days. But the concept is that every child that goes to school, whether the child comes from a poor or rich family, whether they have food at home, but every child will get one square meal, balanced meal every day.
Every day. Okay, let's take a look at the classes you're covering. The federal government is providing funds for primary 1 to 3.
Yeah.
To 3.
Yeah.
Where are you getting the funds for the 3 to 6?
From the state government. So we are grateful to the governor who has been magnanimous in supporting this program, in giving because for him it is important to support school feeding program because of the impact. We have done enrollment. We started with a little less than 200,000. Today we are close to 600,000 pupils in public primary school.
200.
We started with less than 200,000. We are almost 600,000 in our public primary school now. One thing this has done, it has reversed the trend. People are actually moving their kids in rural communities from private schools back to public schools, because now every child is sure that once you hit school, you have a free meal. And in some schools, of course, the free standards that we launched since 2015, was distributed over 5,000 pairs of free school sandals.
It's also part of the social investment program.
It's also coordinated from our office. So we're trying to incentivize education, and of course the impact has been commendable. So beyond the school enrollment that has really improved, we have also seen, of course, you can't take that away from the improvement we've had in our education over this period. Abia has for 4 years back to back maintained the lead in national public examinations. Though some of these things, of course, the teachers themselves, you couldn't have served the pupils without also looking at this. So it's an all-round program.
Okay, you're also serving the teachers.
Yeah, but that's off record.
Okay. It's already on air anyway.
Make sure that even the teachers are also taken good care of. So again, this program, of course, like I told you, over 4,000 women, rural women who hitherto had no job. Today, they have a means of livelihood. None of these women receive anything less than 100.
4,000 cooks, you say. Yeah. How did you select them? Is it
from the communities?
Is it political?
No.
Okay.
No. From the communities, we have people from the communities themselves select women who they think are decent enough, have the right frame of mind, and of course we did a medical examination to be sure that, and it's to the glory of God, for the past 2-3 years that this program has run successfully. We've not recorded any incidents of any hazard, health hazard or
4,000 cooks, Mr. Chinenye. How do you ensure quality and quantity? Okay, I will focus on the quality now. Quality food being prepared for these pupils, over 600.
We have a standard. We have a standard menu. We have a standard measuring distributed to all the cooks. We do regular training. We get capacity support from companies that deal on food items like Maggi, all those beverage producing companies. They also come, frequently to train our cooks. We have an effective monitoring mechanism. The education secretaries, the head teachers, the community leaders, the women leaders, we're all mobilized as in the chain of monitoring this program. And that is also part of what we're doing, this period, to call attention of all these stakeholders and parents themselves to be on the lookouts. We want to be sure. Of course, we are not spirits, but we want to be sure. We want to get pictures. We want to get reports. We also think, during the review process, this past few months, we noticed that there are some cooks when they get money, they don't deliver quality meal. We have taken them out of the program. We also noticed that sometimes we found people who are who are working in civil service who found their names into the program, or they use other people to cook. So we've all
these are some of the challenges.
We all weeded those out, and we are calling if anybody is still on the program that it shouldn't be on the program. We are working with the Department of State Security Services to ensure that we don't have any infiltrator in the program.
Okay, those are some of the challenges. I would like to take you on other challenges you're facing in ensuring that these pupils are fed well. But if you're just joining, it is the platform, the last edition for the week, today being Friday, the last work day of the week, also the 11th of October 2019. Like I said earlier, it's a double header edition of the program, so find somewhere to sit and stay behind your radio set, because it's going to be a very interesting package today. We have some other the other side of the story of the program, some other things coming up later on. But right now we're looking at homegrown school feeding program, which is one of the programs initiatives under the social investment programs of the federal government, designed to boost both nutrition level of the pupils and the school enrollment. And this program is implemented through some states. Abia State is one of the states, and well, I do have here with me on the program this morning the state focal person of the social investment program. I'm talking about Abia State, Mr. Chineye Nwongo, and he has been speaking on how this particular scheme or this initiative has been achieved, what has been achieved so far in Abia State. And let me quickly take you. I told you I will get back to you as it concerns the challenges you're facing in this system. You've mentioned those infiltration by some persons that are not to be on the list, talking about the cooks. What are the challenges are you facing in this system?
Well, like of course, it's a public government program. We want more people to get involved, especially on the monitoring and evaluation component of the program. But looking beyond the challenges, we've had large number of women employed. It boosted our income. So imagine that we have about 400 million naira injected into the economy of the state on a monthly basis, of course, in the hands of the people that you will consider at the very low rung of the economic ladder. So it's good, it's huge opportunity for them. So women in rural communities today who are on this program are able to contribute to the welfare of their families. It's also boosted agriculture. Like the name goes, it's homegrown school feeding program. Also, all the items on the menu are locally sourced. So, for example, Potato Growers Association in Abia, partnering with us, so we're taking, buying off potatoes, we're buying off vegetables.
Engagement of local farmers,
the Abia rice. Yes, we are buying off, we are in partnership with the Abia rice. We are buying off all the rice they are producing there and all that. The eggs. Okay, so we are doing close to 4 million eggs before in a time. So over 4 million eggs, for this program. So all the agri products in the state, all the associations are in partnership with this program. So we are, it's really huge, the impact, that you see. Again, of course, every child that goes to school, most children from very, 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 very poor homes go to school on empty stomach. When they are in school on empty stomach, they are not able to concentrate. So it's also improved learning and teaching activity within the school. It's also, brought a lot of bonding between the teachers and the students, because students are they are able to concentrate more. Why? Because they know that once it's break time, there will be food served. So everybody behaves well to make sure that, the teacher won't say you didn't, you were noisy or you were rowdy in class, and so you won't get me today. So it's a win-win for everyone, and we want to express deep appreciation to the governor and his wife for their personal touch to ensure that this program, delivers, achieves the objective for which it was set up. And so we want to thank our cooks. We want to thank the education secretaries from the 17 local governments. We also want to call on the local government chairmen to also, put an eye. We know they are very busy, or they could ask their wives to put an eye on to know what is going on in this area, because the children that are being fed are Abia children. These are the future leaders of Abia. I'm sure that this program, most of all the beneficiaries of this program will not forget the impact this program has had on their lives. So we want everybody to get involved. We want the media to go out there. We want security agencies to be sure that the people who have given money to provide meals for children are providing the meals.
All right. Well, if you've just joined, you've heard from him. It is the home school feeding program. We're focusing today on the program and the impact in Abia State. We want to hear from you, especially those in the rural areas. We want to hear from you. What have you noticed as it concerns this particular program in your area? Where you're calling from, probably it's in Uzakole, wherever you're calling from, Bende, Ugunagbo, Ukwa East, Ukwa West. Okay, wherever you're calling from, we want to hear from you. The impact of this homegrown school feeding program. What have you noticed? If you have a complaint, of course, the focal person is here this morning on the program. It is the platform 0808 182 6949 0811 605 2949. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
Thank you, my brother. Good morning, Sachino.
Good morning.
It's Wakochidebere from Operating Bende LGA.
You're welcome.
Thank you. To be honest with you, I really have to give kudos to Sachino. You really handle this particular area very well in conjunction with the help of OKZ Bazo. To be honest with you, I looked at the way the public school is being run this time around. I say kudos to this government, because after 2015, Abia State government had enrollment of 141.348 students. But after 2018, they rose up to 652.916. So to tell you that the free feeding program has gone a very long way to help the students and also to help the parents. That is just the truth. But the area I have problem is most of these people, like the one in our own primary school in Opereni, they don't bring any food. We don't even have any cook, talk more of bringing the food. In Opereni community primary school, we don't have anybody coming to cook for us. I know that there should be somebody who should be bringing food for those children. I made this report last year, and I'm bringing it again. Thank God Sachino is there now. I'm bringing this report. Open community primary school. Nobody.
Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you. What's your name?
All right, I'm Ugochukwu by name.
Where are you calling from?
From Iguano.
You're welcome, Ugochukwu. Okay.
All right. I listened to what the man said. He was very accurate. So the program have really encouraged both parents and the people. Get me? It have motivated them, to pick that interest, to be coming, to having it in mind. There is something to benefit. So there are officials that are around in the town, and I ask my people what is going on. They say government is doing some review to checkmate the activity of the participants, So I was like, okay, how sure is this? I mean, only for me to do it to radio now, I'm here. What is going on? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
All right. So please, it's a very, very, very nice program. But my concern is the people, let me use that word, the order at the top. The money that the government dispenses, the actual amount, is it getting to the people in charge, that the so-called women that's in charge of the cooking? Or is there any from fraction being deducted? We should look into this thing. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Ugochukwu from Ukwana. Okay.
Very quickly.
Okay.
Every cook on this program has a bank account.
Okay.
And the money is paid centrally to every cook's personal bank account. And we have told cooks, if anybody asks you to return any part of that money, make it public. We'll go after the person and prosecute the person.
Do you have a number they can get in touch with in case they have any complaints?
Yeah, I will share the helpline.
Okay.
But we will take care of that. We would like to get this kind of feedback because it helps us to know what is happening at the rural community level. Let me just use this opportunity. We have an opportunity in Abia. We can get up to 10,000 women on this program as cooks, and they will earn a livelihood for the next 3 years. And the way to do it is to continue to increase our enrollment. We have a lot of our pupils in private schools, and the governor has renovated over 300 classroom blocks. We are building the capacity of teachers. You know, the partnership we have with the Australian NGO. We are building the capacity of our teachers to improve quality of learning and teaching. We are giving scholarship to people so that we will encourage the education sector. We should know that we have more qualified teachers in primary schools, in public primary schools, than we have in private schools.
Okay.
So we are asking parents, move your kids to public schools. If we can hit enrollment to 1 million, like most states have done, we will, as we increase in enrollment of pupils in public primary schools, we will increase the number of cooks. If we have a target of engaging over 10,000 Abia women in this program, each of them on every round, every month, they get between 110 to 130,000 naira on monthly basis, for which some fraction is for cooking. There's a profit percentage of 20-30% on that. So, and if you have 10,000 of your rural women hitherto who were now employed, being fully engaged in this kind of economic activity, we could be raking in close to 600-700 million naira into the economy of the state monthly. So we want to encourage Abians to take the liberty of putting their kids in public primary school. That's even one way we can improve the quality of education at that level.
Well, we'd like us to take reactions on the phone lines before we wrap up this segment of the program this morning. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Michael.
You're welcome. What's your name?
Good morning, Coordinator from Chinaya.
Good morning.
I remember one of your brothers. It is Slogo Friendswell.
Okay.
All right, you have 45 seconds, please. Thank you.
I believe that there's no rational human being that will not like his or her kids to be fed in this school. I love that. But China, please let me go straight to the point. I'm not here to eulogize anybody. My first question is this. Ab initio, before the creation of this Nigeria, the Southern Easterners, we are the people that we have been known of our efforts. None of our students are being fed by ourselves. It is only in the north where we have a margarine system of government or a margarine form of administration that we have their children being fed by their languros, that is their big men. Don't you think that this kind of home feeding program established by the federal government, don't you think it is a margarine in form? Secondly, the majority of our students are in the private schools. 40% of our students are in the primary schools. What stops the federal government from...
There are statistics. Where did you get your statistics from? Because when we churn out statistics on radio, we should be very, very careful.
I'm sure what I say 40% out of 100% are in private schools.
Okay, that's based on your assertions. Okay, go ahead, please.
These are my questions. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. Okay.
Hello.
He is gone. You can reply.
Okay, so like what we are saying, it's not a Nigerian program. If for over past 20 years, India has been running school feeding program. Pakistan, many countries, in who the World Bank, going by global statistics, look at having a huge number of poor people in their country. So it's a global program that there's an effort. The government must put effort to improve nutrition amongst children of the vulnerable ages, because it helps to improve their overall livelihood as they grow to teenage, adolescent, and adulthood. So it's a good program. And since, of course, like I used to tell people when they ask me, if there is money to be shared in Abuja, Okezie insists that Abia gets its own fair share. So if there's a program that has been designed, is a national program, we have a local component, and we must go out. So we rather should give kudos to the governor for being smart enough to set up a system that even domesticates this program and attracts such huge fund into the economy of the state. Okay. This over 4,000 women that had no job before now, earning a living. We couldn't have had that kind of. We shouldn't look at just that we're feeding children in school. We should also look at the other impact that are coming from the program: employment generation, improve in agricultural read, and improve financial resources to our local farmers. Those other components of the impact should also be appreciated. So we want everyone to come on board to support this program to make sure that it becomes a success.
Let me quickly head straight to the Facebook page before we wrap up this segment of the program this morning. Matthew Naya Clinton on the Facebook page says the school feeding program is one of the best things to happen to Abia State. Is also saying that the program started first before the federal government with theirs. All right, Chinonye Mba says the school feeding program is indeed a very commendable program. Mr. Chinonye Mwogo, thank you very much for being part of the program this morning.
Thank you very much.
The number you said you will reel out.
I will share the number with you.
Okay.
You will announce it. But let me just use the opportunity to thank the governor. During the Teachers' Day, 3 teachers won vehicles. One of the beneficiaries is an empowered beneficiary who has been dedicated. So sometimes when people see this program, they don't also know what is going on. We have NTeach, which is a component of Empower. We posted them to schools to teach. One of the beneficiaries of that free car gift by the governor is an Empower beneficiary, and so the shout out to the governor, the Empower family in Abia. All right,
Mr. Chinonye, we have to go now because of our time. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate your time on the program, the first segment of the program this morning, the platform. Thank you very much.